Hi guys, Totallydubbed here, and today I'm doing a slightly different review. I'm actually looking at monitor arms. Now, you might be wondering, why on earth would you be looking at a monitor arm? Well, simply because both the solutions from AOC, the single arm at £39 and the double arm, which I haven't gone out yet, for £69, seem to be pretty good value for money given the current market rate. And given that it come from AOC, someone who actually make and manufacture monitors, I was very much intrigued to see how these monitor arms would look like and how they would operate. So currently I've got my monitor disconnected simply because I just wanted to show you all the variety of movements that you can get from them. Full links of specs and everything like that can be found in the description below, so do check that out. But without further ado, let's get into it. Now, the monitor mounts are 100 or 75mm VESA mounts that come included. You can have conversion kits, they cost an additional, if I'm not mistaken, £19. But what I've got over here is an Acer XF270HU, and that is a 27-inch monitor with a 100x100 VESA mount stand. And as you can see over here, it perfectly fits. Now the instructions that come in the box can be a little bit complicated when you're looking at them, and given the different sorts of mounting options that you have available, can also be a little bit confusing. But once you get your head around it, it does seem a little bit more intuitive. So for example, I've gone for a clamp style, but you can also go via a drill hole style, and we've got the things which are included in the box as well. You also get a set of tools. When I say set of tools, it's all like an Allen key and a screwdriver, a Phillips head. The reasons you get these is because you're going to want to potentially adjust the weight that the actual arm has. So what that means is essentially you've got a plus and minus sign on this side. If you go plus, that means the monitor is heavier. If you go minus, so for example, if this was like a 22-inch, very light, three borderless design monitor, then you don't want something that's going to be very hard to move around left and right. But if you go too light on a pretty heavy monitor, then the monitor will just sag automatically with the sort of the piston head, so or the hydraulic, should I say. So worth bearing that in mind. And then there's also an adjustment over here for the actual mount. Now, in terms of the clamp style, I'll just bring you guys closer to the actual how it operates. As you can see, it's pretty obvious. You just get a clamp style. It's as the name would suggest. What I do like about this style is the fact that you do have 4 different holes. In other words, you can have it, if you've got a very thin desk like myself, like it's the IKEA Freddy desk, you can have it quite thin, so you can put it on the extreme sort of mode over here, and then you go down one and then down another. So you've got 3 different levels that you can adjust from, and even on the manual over here, it gives you all of that. So it's 10 to 90mm in terms of clamp mounting availability. Now, just a little close up of the VESA mount, as you can see how it looks like there, and then the little adjustment dial that I was mentioning, plus and minus there, and then there's a plus and minus over here, which is accessed by basically removing this little cap and then accessing this via the tool that's provided. So then once you've done that, then you can start actually using the monitor. So as you can see, the monitor is actually made to be facing away from me, just because the way I've just put it on the desk, just for you guys to kind of see and see how it looks like. Essentially, this is the front of the monitor and that's the back, so the smaller bit is the back of it, so worth bearing that in mind. So if I just put the camera back on its tripod, then I'll just show you in terms of adjustments that you can have. So the monitor itself, as you can hear, piston goes up, holds a 27-inch monitor perfectly stable. As I said before, adjust that thing and it'll start sagging. There's no overly cranking sound that occurs over there either. And in terms of adjustments, as you can see, all the way around, this isn't the safest route to go based on, but just for you guys to see on the video. And then in terms of the actual adjustments of the monitor itself, so if I just hold this bit, go left and right, and even more beautifully, full 360 around without any sort of problems of it locking in a certain angle. So when it comes to the actual monitor arm, how it works and how it operates and what it offers, I must say it gives you that extra flexibility that your normal stand, such as the one that's provided with the Acer, is not going to provide. Yes, I do have all those adjustments, but I can't have that monitor come out at me. Instead I have to kind of drag the monitor towards me. And in terms of that swivel, it's so light and quite nice, whereas this has this little plastic bits underneath it to do it. So in terms of the actual adjustments that you get and the flexibility that you get through a monitor arm are absolutely fantastic. And I've seen several monitor manufacturers, namely from AOC, Philips, Samsung. They've got monitor arms that come with the monitor that you'd buy. Whereas over here, for £39, you can have any monitor you want and then have a nice monitor arm, which actually is very nice. And yes, it won't be as sleek as the Samsung Space Monitor, but in all honesty, that is pretty neatly done, and it's not going to really disturb that much of a space when it comes to a working environment. So I must say I am very impressed with the actual quality of the stands. They've also got cable management, which can be found over here. There's plastic bits you just kind of tear off, and then you can route the cables from here all the way there. Not something I would be bothered about, but you know, if you want to keep that clean and tidy desk type of vibe, you can do so. So for the single monitor arm, very impressed. And then the dual monitor arm, which I haven't used, so I can't really claim to say that I've tested it, because I haven't got two monitors. I'm a one type of monitor type of guy. But with the two monitor arms, you have essentially that same sort of build quality and design, except two monitor arms coming out from one single point, which means that you can have a very nice dual monitor setup without having too much faff and too much cost. £69 isn't too much to spend, or £39 isn't much to spend on a single monitor arm. So I must say what AOC have done over here, in comparison to what you can currently get in the market, with the build quality, the actual design of it, the functionality, and in terms of the main thing, the sturdiness of the thing and how it holds the monitor and what the sort of adjustments you get, and almost the different type of mounts that you can do. You're not limited to just clamp style mounts. I think these are fantastic, and I can't really fault them in any other way. I just can't really see what more you'd want from a mount. So there we go, guys. That's my review / overview of these monitor arms, specifically the single monitor arm. If I do get another monitor, I'll try and do another video and do a dual monitor setup. But there we go, that's my thoughts and opinions of the monitor arms. Let me know what you guys think in the description below as to if it's something that you would consider. If this video has been helpful, then give it a like, subscribe, favorite, and share, all that good stuff. That continues basically me producing honest, unbiased reviews and overviews and guides. And there we go, I've been Totally Dubbed. Take care and bye bye.